Alright, well, I just got my third cup of coffee and I thought I would sort of sit down and just talk about where it all started in my writing, notebooking, journaling journey. And here it is. This is it. Not this particular notebook, but the Moleskine hardcover notebooks. These were the very first notebooks that I started journaling in and writing in, and that would be around 2008, 2009 is when I started writing down my thoughts, ideas, stuff about my life, journaling. Yeah, so it's been 17, 18 years that I've been doing that, and it wasn't until this year, currently 2026, that I got myself a traveler's company notebook, and this one is their passport size, and I got it in their olive color. I mean, it looks brown. On the edges where, like, the spine, where the color kind of lightens a little bit, and you can kind of see a little bit of olive, but not really. It's pretty much brown, and some people say they're disappointed, and I'm not disappointed, but I'm just like kind of like here's their olive clip that they sell, and I'm not sure if that'll pick up on camera, but this is considerably more olive than their notebook, their olive notebook. But anyway, I didn't want to jump into that real quick, that fast, but this is where it all started for me. And for about 17 years, it's all I've used was Moleskine notebooks. I'd get the black ones. I got the red one just because I wanted to change a color, but I've had various black notebooks in this size over the years, and that's all I used. And mostly I would just use whatever stationery I had on me at the time, which was either a mechanical pencil like this or a ballpoint pen. This is a Parker Jotter, I believe, and I've had this for about 10 years, almost, going on, almost 10 years. And this mechanical pencil, I don't even know what it is anymore. It might be a Pentel, but whatever branding it might have had is rubbed off. But in 17, 18 years that I've been writing in my journal, Moleskine journals, I used, either some form of a ballpoint pen or a mechanical pencil. And that's all I used. And for me, that was, for 17, 18 years, that was perfectly fine. I just, for all those years, journaling was purely just to write down my thoughts. It was just, that's all it was. And it still is today. However, things have changed this year. Since I got my Traveler's Company notebook, and I have to say, and fountain pens as well. I've got a few. I got the Traveler's Company brass ballpoint pen, brass fountain pen, and the Kaweco Classic Sport. Let's see if I can get focused. There we go. Yeah, so I got this first before I got my brass Kaweco Sport. Only because I didn't really want to commit fully into this pen first. I wanted to see what the Kaweco Sports were all about before I got into the brass one. Before I spent, you know, over $100, and this was, you know, more affordable. This was like $40. And to some people, like, who aren't pen people, who aren't fountain pen collectors or pen collectors, whatever, that's still like a lot of money to pay for something that's, you know, all you're doing is going to be writing with. And maybe I'll get into that a little bit later, but, you know, we know it's not just something we write with. It's more than that. But yeah, so that's sort of where I'm at right now. But, you know, this is where it all started. And so what I want to talk about is, you know, why the change? Why did I go from this to this? And I think it's something that for me is a little bit more has a deeper meaning, and I think that the reason is it doesn't, journaling and writing doesn't have to be just purely a functional practical thing, even though it is, and it can be, but it can be more than that. It can be about enjoying the experience of writing, and that's something that I've realized when I got into this system here, that it's not just about the practicality, but the enjoyment of the writing itself. It's gone meta. And that's what I really wanted to say, is that it can also be about the experience of the experience. You can enjoy the process of writing while also writing. And that really shifted my mind, my perspective on writing in general. You know, when you have something like this where you just absolutely fall in love with using these tools, these instruments, these objects of beauty, and they're just, it's that in of itself is motivational. It can inspire you to write and be creative. It sort of unlocks a new a new chapter in your life, really, where it just opens up more avenues, I think, in your creativity. Whereas before, you know, I would just write because, you know, just for the pure practicalness of it, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I'm sure I'm probably not getting the true essence of it right now, but that's what I'm trying to do here in this video, is explain why I switched from, you know, using Moleskine notebooks and just regular ballpoint pens and pencils. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Like I said, I've gone 18 years of my life just that. But you know, once I switched to this system, it's made everything better for me. I write more often. I feel like I do more research. I do more reading and research into things that I'm interested in, and I write that down. My, I, I feel like I have a little bit more clarity in my writing because I'm more focused and I'm enjoying what I do. Um, I'm enjoying the writing process. You know, to me, all those things are important that I didn't never got with just writing with a, you know, I don't want to say basic, but I mean just to get my point across. You know, instead of just writing with a basic Moleskine and basic, you know, ballpoint pen. So yeah, that's basically it. That's well, sort of my origin story for my writing journey, and I think that'll be it for now for this video. But hopefully, you know, as my journey continues, maybe I can make some more videos and thoughts on, you know, other things. Maybe I can go more in depth into some more fountain pens and journal notebooks and stuff like that. So yeah, all right. Well, thanks for watching.